Yeah, a lot of people talk about like there's a technology comes in and will ruin the traditional business or traditional way of doing things. I think our idea of disruptive technology, we pretty much align with the Internet Plus concept that what China government has been proposing, is that the disruptive technology comes in doesn't necessarily be changing or take away the old way of doing things, but it is it is a 1+1 and create something new. For example, we always say this thing: when you have a phone, and when your phone can go to the internet, that doesn't equal to WhatsApp. When you have a taxi and have a mobile app, that doesn't equal to Uber. So it's not that where you have a technology and then change, it's giving something new. And we see that this is not something that is anybody can stop. The history is already written. You know, we will be going to that way anyway. The only thing as a business, as a business decision maker, to get themselves adapt into this world, I think the only thing is that we have to stay, keep on thinking what consumer is looking for, the consumer experience, based on technologies. It's creating a new market, a new application, rather than killing what ordinary. If you look at the travel industries, definitely, a lot of people are searching their hotel and packages and airline online. But if you are now running a travel agent, you get yourself to have a website that doesn't equal to that hotel website. That's what I mean by it's not the technology changing the thing, but it's creating something new. The last mile deliveries in the entire value chain of e-commerce definitely is very important. But we see there's a gap there that you see there's traditional courier and forwarding company has been enjoying the volume from e-commerce. But at the same time, a lot of e-commerce company, they're also creating their own last mile services. Now, what you see is that there's a lot of good examples coming out, like Amazon Logistics, like Alibaba has their own logistics. JD, now they're going to have their own logistics. And they're doing much better than traditional. What we see is that it resonates to my first answer, is that those e-commerce players, they understand what the consumer wants. For example, like Amazon Logistics, you will have apps that you will know where your truck is going, whether it's coming closer to your home. But like this service, a traditional logistics company, they may not equip themselves with things like that. So you as a consumer, which one will you pay? So we see there's a dilemma that e-commerce platform, they are pumping in a lot of resources and energy into the last mile, where the traditional industry people are following up, pretty hard into this game. So we want to see the market going, is that there's somewhere in between that the two industry will get move forward and to growth. Definitely see in the next 5 years, you call it B2C, but we rather call it a brand.com is coming. Because we see that it comes really from three factors. The knowledge of consumer, where maybe in the past, consumers in Southeast Asia, in China, they may not be a highly educated consumer to know what they wanted online. Okay, so in those ages, marketplace, small little B2C, or C2C is good enough. Someone posts a second hand bag in Instagram, and then you're happy to buy, right? So those were the time. But as the market getting more and more mature, and regulations, policies, and governments, and payment gateway, everything get mature, is attracting more and more of the brand.com, so LV.com, Chanel.com, they will start to come. And on the other side, consumer is getting more educated to find out where they want to buy. So we see a strong momentum coming from the B2C side, that the brand owner will eventually have their own store, and that will come gradually, what we see in 5 years. I think if you take a look at the evolution of e-commerce market, China definitely everybody is busy at domestic on their own. Southeast Asia on their own, Europe. But we all hear the word about like cross-border. Everybody says cross-border e-commerce is the highest growth. But if you look at the key player in the market, I mean, look at, I always use China as an example, so that's where I close this. How much effort is Alibaba, JD expending? I'm sure 90% of the effort is domestic. They spend very little, but didn't we just say that cross-border is the highest growth? So we see that cross-border is the highest growth, but company, particularly the giants, are not putting up enough focus. They do not put enough focus. There's a various reason. Number one, I think rule between countries and countries, like import tax issue, are not available, are not ready. Logistics, in some cases, cross-border logistics is still high, it's still expensive, and cultural issue, like we want to sell to Middle East, but we're not Muslim. So there are barriers that's stopping us to do this. And to go back to the theme, go global is, definitely we have to promote, if you're a player right now in your own countries, in your own region, you should definitely think about, go beyond your safety zone. But then, of course, locally,
Still get a grasp.
yes. I was participate in the Korean show. This is first time for me here. I just arrived. I just landed. It's a very good opportunity for bringing the last mile industries to seeing the e-commerce development. As I said, the two industry are crossing over a lot, and they are affecting each other very much. But I don't see too many interaction. So LMF show, it's a platform, put them together, and it's good to see that happen.